UCLA fired Deshaun Foster this past weekend after the Bruins went 0-3. Virginia Tech fired Brent Pry over the weekend after the Hokies went 0-3. Is Luke Fickle next on the list? Let's talk about it. Teddy covers WagerTalk.com with a big game breakdown for Saturday. Wisconsin and Maryland facing off. This is a 9 a.m. start here on the left coast, noon for you back east, 11 a.m. local time in Madison. The Badgers right now, they've taken money. This line opened 7-43, and now we're looking at 10-44.5. Looking at my Odds Logic live odds screen. Get a free trial of the Odds Logic live odds screen, by the way. 7-day free all access. Go to oddslogic.com/Teddy. It's cool. If you've never played around with a live odds product, check this out. Again, oddslogic.com/Teddy. Free 7-day access. There's no nonsense with it. It's just 7 days. Try it out. But looking at the Odds Logic live odds screen, it's been nothing but Badgers money early in the week. That has everything to do with what's going on at the quarterback position for Wisconsin. It looks like Billy Edwards, their week 1 starter, likely to be back in the lineup here. This has been a very one-sided series. All right. Well, let me talk about Fickle for a minute. All right. First of all, even if Wisconsin loses this game, the Badgers would have to pay him $27 million to go away. He signed a 7-year deal, okay? And it's not like Wisconsin football has that kind of money to throw around, all right? It really is a non-starter. Fickle loses this week. If Fickle loses every game the rest of the season, maybe in the offseason they'll talk about it. But Wisconsin football, they don't have enough money to pay the guy and keep the program afloat. So I think his job security is just fine, despite the Badgers' rough start and rough schedule, And again, it's not like their start's been that. They were supposed to get killed at Alabama last week. Again, they were playing without their starting quarterback, and they're playing an elite team on their home field. I'm not shocked at all by that result. But obviously, we're talking about a coach who's 14-14 since arriving in Madison, and the expectations in Madison are higher than that. No question, coming off a 5-7 season last year, and the schedule this year is brutal. This is the type of game Wisconsin is supposed to win. And it's not like he hasn't been able to recruit. He had top 30 recruiting classes each of the last 2 years, so competitive. He's not getting killed on the recruiting trail in that sense. And not like Fickle forgot how to coach. This week, they might have the right opponent at the right time. Maryland's 3-0 right now, and again, all against lesser competition. Florida Atlantic, Northern Illinois, Towson, all at home. They're starting a true freshman quarterback in Malik Washington. And he's been fine. 773 passing yards, 6 touchdowns, 1 interception in those first 3 ball games. He's not the only freshman that are key for Maryland. Their defensive line predicated on freshmen, which could be a big problem against Wisconsin for sure. But when we think about the Maryland side of the equation with the Frosh, with the first road start, we have to be aware of what Mike Locksley's track record is. And this is his worst role. As a road underdog, he's been the head coach now at Maryland. This is his 7th season. The last 6 years, Terps, as road underdogs, 1-2 ATS, 1-2, 0-3, 1-2, 0-1, and 1-3. That's 6 years on the job, 4-13 against the spread in this role. Maryland, in addition, has a notable weakness. Even against lesser competition, they've really struggled to run the football. And I mean really struggled. So when you're not running the football against the Northern Illinois of the world, when you travel to Wisconsin, it's not going to be any easier. So now you have a true Frosh QB with all the weight of a world on his shoulder. And Malik Washington plays great in this game. I'll be wrong about my pick in this one. But when you're one-dimensional and asking, you can't run the football, and you're asking a freshman quarterback to carry you in this type of road environment, it is something of a concern for this better. Let me talk just a minute and ask you guys one simple favor. If you like this type of analysis, hit that like button. Bing, done. Thank you. Makes all the difference for the YouTube algorithms. Comment below. Tell us what you think about this matchup and early start action on Saturday, or any of the matchups in the Big Ten or in college football, or whatever you want to comment on. You can make fun of my hair. I don't care. We appreciate the comments very, very much. And of course, if you haven't done so already, more than 200,000 of you are following the Wager Talk YouTube channel, Wager Talk TV. Do it now. You get instant alerts every time these videos go live. We got a $49 Weekend Warrior special going. All the football on Saturday, Sunday, as well as Monday night as well. So 3 days, all access, just $49. Check out my homepage, wt.buzz/TC to get on board, or just visit wagertalk.com. So there's the difference between Wisconsin's starting QB and their backup QB. There really is. Edwards is clearly the better passer. He's been sitting since the first half of the opener against Miami O. The markets are telling, we haven't had an official announcement yet, but this line's moved from 7 to 10. The Badgers have expected him to be back for the Big Ten opener. It looks like he's going to play. Fickle's still calling him day to day, but there's also a little bit of added motivation. He used to be a Maryland Terp under Mike Locksley. Didn't get his opportunities there. And Locksley's quote is hilarious. He goes, "I'm one of those guys that I deal with abandonment a little different. It's like you were never here." Okay. That being said, he was there, and Edwards, the better of the two QBs, with something to prove. They faced Alabama last week. All right, Maryland's going to look like they're running in slow motion this time around. It's not like Wisconsin's had troubles in this home favorite roles, and it's not like they don't have a chance to run up the score or increase their margin if, as I suspect, Maryland's not going to be able to run the football and they're going to have to throw all day. Those 3 and outs result in tired defenses, result in Wisconsin running the football down their throats, result in something like a Badgers win and cover. Bottom line for me, if I'm playing, I'm laying Wisconsin or pass for this better. Appreciate those likes, appreciate those follows, appreciate those comments. Visit the homepage, wt.buzz/TC, and have yourself a great weekend. Thanks for watching Wager Talk TV, and be sure to stay tuned right here on this channel. More quality free play videos coming from Wager Talk TV. Cheers.